Breaking news. This just came down the news wire. Star quarterback Baker Mayfield, the same Baker Mayfield that was selected by the Cleveland Browns many moons ago with the #1 overall pick. The same individual that got the Cleveland Browns into the playoffs after them being in a drought, an endless drought for the Cleveland Browns. Haven't been in the playoffs since Bernie Kosar. Now I'm just over exaggerating, but it's been a many moons since the Cleveland Browns have seen the playoffs. Now that's not going to be likely for them this year, but that's neither here nor there. Baker Mayfield has been released by the Carolina Panthers. So after orchestrating a trade from the to go to the Carolina Panthers after 5 months decided, well, it's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun, and they're going to sever their ties with one Baker Mayfield. I know Shannon Sharp is somewhere going, I am going to tear into Skip Bayless, because Skip Bayless was the only one that was on that lonely bandwagon as far as Baker Mayfield being an elite quarterback. I told you guys in a recent video, I feel like Baker Mayfield is above average, and above average just doesn't get you solidified as far as being a franchise quarterback or an individual that can take a team to the promised land or to the Super Bowl. He's never going to be Patrick Mahomes. He's never going to be these elite quarterbacks that are taking their franchises not only into the playoffs, but to the Super Bowl, all right? Or expectations as far as taking them to the Super Bowl. But good thing the World Cup is on Fox Sports 1, and I believe Skip Bayless is breathing a sigh of relief going, whew, I'm glad we're off this week, because I don't know how I was going to make this somewhat right as far as the pros and cons of Baker Mayfield being released by the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers is the worst team in the NFL, all right? If you look at the statistics, they're just not that good. And you're being released from a team that's not going anywhere fast. And the Cleveland Browns, and you gave the Cleveland Browns some draft picks just to utilize the services of one Baker Mayfield. Now, I said this when that trade was orchestrated, the Cleveland Browns trading Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers. I told you guys I just didn't think it was going to work right out the gate. You know, the Carolina Panthers are not going anywhere. That coach is not going to make it a full season, and they got a bunch of other quarterbacks on their roster that, has one quarterback on their roster that was picked very high for the New York Jets, and now he too is one of the quarterbacks for the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers said that they're going to start ushering in this rookie quarterback, and they're going to see what they have in him. But as far as Baker Mayfield go, they decided to just release him. I'm pretty sure Skip Bayless, as well as other people, are going to say that this is a blessing in disguise for Baker Mayfield. He gets the pick of the litter of teams he can go to. I just don't see a team wanting or willing to pick him up right now, other than maybe being a backup. If for some strange reason their quarterback gets injured and we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs, I couldn't imagine anyone wanting the services of one Baker Mayfield, because Baker Mayfield had to relearn that offense and things of that nature. I do feel like when the season is done and when the playoffs are over with and when we crown a new Super Bowl champion, there's going to be a small market for Baker Mayfield. And I'm just going to throw out some teams, not in no particular order. I think the Indianapolis Colts probably are going to be looking for a quarterback. I think possibly the Seattle Seahawks, even though they have a decent quarterback on their roster, but it's not the long-term answer or the long-term solution. They may kick the tires around on one Baker Mayfield, particularly if the price is right, which it will be. The Denver Broncos, maybe, even though they got Russell Wilson, having Baker Mayfield as an insurance policy, possibly. If he loses the team to the Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson somehow loses the team. Then they'll have Baker Mayfield next season, and that's coming straight off the dome on my short list. I'm pretty sure there's other teams, maybe the Washington Commanders may be interested in one Baker Mayfield. There were rumors and reports out there when Baker Mayfield was a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be interested in one Baker Mayfield, having him as a backup to Tom Brady, just in case, have an insurance policy, just in case Tom Brady is decides to retire. I don't see Tom Brady retiring anytime soon, but the possibility is maybe nilch, but it's still there. All right. So that's my short list of teams that may be interested in Baker Mayfield. I do know one thing: Baker Mayfield cannot command max money. People are going to be unwilling to give him that. But I do feel like he could probably secure a job. I think he can secure a job fairly quickly if he wants to become a backup quarterback. All right. If you look at the landscape, I just don't see a lot of organizations that is willing to sign Baker Mayfield as their starter, no matter how bad there are. The Indianapolis Colts, I feel like, are in the most of a disadvantage as far as they just don't have a short-term or a long-term solution on the quarterback, as far as the quarterback go. But yeah, that's all I got. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.